Cincinnati, Ohio. What makes a man look into the eyes of the woman he promised to protect and decide to take her life? What kind of void exists in a person who can share a bed, a home, and a future with someone only to transform into their greatest nightmare under the cover of darkness? We talk about the masks people wear, but what happens when the mask doesn't just slip, it shatters, revealing a predator who was there all along? September 14th, 2024, a modest brick ranch-style house on a street lined with oak trees. The morning air is crisp, the kind of day that feels like a fresh start. But inside, the silence is heavy. A woman lies still in her master bedroom. She is 52 years old, a beloved middle school teacher, and she is never going to finish her lesson plans. The scene is eerily calm. There are no signs of a break-in, no forced entry. The man who eventually makes the call for help sounds distraught, but his timeline has holes large enough to drive a truck through. By the time the coroner leaves the property, the truth is undeniable. This wasn't a tragic accident. This was a calculated execution. But here is the chilling part. The killer doesn't panic. He follows a routine. He stops for coffee. He checks the mail. He even makes a phone call to her workplace to check in because she hadn't arrived yet. It is a performance of innocence that nearly works until the digital footprint he left behind begins to scream. Welcome to True Crime Frontier. If you are drawn to the stories that peel back the layers of the human psyche and expose the ultimate betrayals, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with your fellow crime researchers. While you're watching, tell us where you're joining us from. Drop your city or country in the comments. We love seeing the True Crime Frontier family checking in from every corner of the globe. Tonight we are going back to an Ohio autumn when a lifetime of kindness was met with a final cold-blooded act of violence. Before we examine the digital evidence that trapped him, before we look at the financial trail that proved a motive, we have to understand who these people